Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be looking at how to find the lateral and total surface area of a cylinder. So first, let's talk about what a cylinder is. Now, it's very similar to a prism because it has two bases, just like a prism does. But instead of polygon bases, we're going to have circular bases. Our bases are circles. So the formulas will be different. Okay? The lateral surface area, we'll call that LA. The lateral surface area is 2 pi RH. Okay, so the R stands for radius, the radius of the circular base, and then the H stands for the height of your cylinder. Now remember, when you're finding total surface area, that means you're including the top and the bottom, the bases. Okay, the lateral surface area is the rounded part of the cylinder, but the top and the bottom are called the bases, and we include those in the total surface area. So the formulas start out the same. So total surface area we'll call TA. The beginning of the formula is the same, 2 pi RH, because what that really does is it finds the area of all of this, okay? But we want to include the top base and the bottom base. So we need to add something onto that formula. And keep in mind there are two bases. So if one circle is pi r squared for area, for a top and a bottom, it would be 2 pi r squared. So we're going to use these two formulas in an example so that you can see exactly how to use them to find the surface area. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is identify what is our radius and what is our height. The height is 10 and the radius is 4. So to find our lateral surface area, the formula is 2 pi RH. So now we're going to plug in the two things that we know, 2 pi. The radius is 4 and the height is 10. Now remember, this is all multiplication. I don't see any pluses or minuses anywhere in this. So these are all being multiplied together. If you want to leave your answer in terms of pi, bring the pi to the back and then multiply the three numbers. So 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 10 is 80. So 80 pi. So our answer would be 80 pi. Now if I want to find out what that is in decimal form, I'm going to grab my calculator and I'm going to type in 80 times, and then I'm going to use the pi button. Most calculators do have a pi button nowadays. If you're using a cell phone, you just may have to turn it sideways so that you can see some of the scientific functions. So I'm going to multiply it times pi, and now I have to hit enter, or equals. And we're rounding to 3 decimal places, so it's going to be 251.327. Okay, so that is our answer for lateral surface area. You can see it here in terms of pi, and then here as a decimal. Now, in order to find total, remember we're trying to add on the bases. What we just found was the area of all of this along the sides, but the top and bottom, the circular bases, have not been added on yet. So let's do that next. Total surface area. Remember, it starts out the same, 2 pi RH, plus you're adding those bases, which is 2 pi r squared. So let's plug in those things that we know. The radius is 4, the height is 10, and we have to plug in the radius again here. Now we already know what all of this is because we've already multiplied it together over here and we got 80 pi. 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 10 is 80, so 80 pi. Plus, now let's do this over here, 4 squared, that means 4 times 4, is 16, and then we're going to multiply it by this 2. 16 times 2 is 32 pi. I have not done anything with the pi's at this point because we're trying to keep our answer in terms of pi. So now we're going to add those two together. 80 plus 32 is 112 pi. So that is our answer as in terms of pi. And next we're going to look at what our answer would be as a decimal. So we're going to grab our calculator, and I like to clear it out first before I type anything else on it. And we're going to type in 112, and we're going to multiply it times pi and hit equals, and we are once again going to round to the thousandths place, which is 3 places after the decimal. So 351.858. Okay. So that is how we find the lateral and total surface area, both in terms of pi or as a decimal. Remember, the only real difference between lateral and total surface area is that lateral surface area is all of the sides of the shape, whereas total includes the bases. And that goes for any type of solid that we're talking about. Total surface area is including those bases. If you have any questions or you need any feedback, just leave me a comment, okay? Have a great day, guys.